Welcome back, Focus Learners, to another explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're joining us today because we are breaking down some heavily guarded industry data to help you, especially those of you over 60, protect both your wallet and your health on your next maritime vacation. We're going to pull right back the curtain on how modern cruise lines actually operate, translating all that insider knowledge into a really clear, structured guide. So if you love traveling but absolutely hate that feeling of being nickel and dime by invisible systems, you are in the exact right place. To really understand the scale of what we're looking at today, we have to look at the numbers. $38 billion. That is how much the cruise industry generated last year. Now, a massive portion of that revenue doesn't actually come from the ticket price you pay up front. Instead, it's generated through these incredibly stealthy, algorithm-driven revenue streams that are just seamlessly integrated right into your vacation. Okay, let's dive into this because this right here completely shatters the illusion of the all-inclusive ticket. When you see that base fare online, that's really just a starting line. What the source data reveals is this highly engineered ecosystem of hidden fees, dynamic pricing, and onboard monetization traps that are cleverly designed to just feel like premium customer service. The gap between your perceived ticket price and the actual cost of your trip can easily stretch into the thousands if you don't know exactly what to look for.
Here is our chronological roadmap for today's explainer. 1. Booking and pricing illusions. 2. Embarkation and cabin hacks. 3. Hidden onboard money traps. 4. Health and safety risks. And 5. Post-cruise ghost charges.
Section 1. Booking and pricing illusions.
You know, long before you even pack a bag, cruise line algorithms are already hard at work. They track your browsing data to manipulate pricing in real time. Hover over that Add to Cart button just a little too long, the system flags you as a high-intent buyer and might actually bump up the price to create a sense of urgency. And even more surprisingly, the data shows that loyalty member discounts are often a total illusion. Base fares are sometimes quietly inflated for logged-in past guests. That means your exclusive 15% discount might land you at the exact same price as the general public rate. To bypass all that adaptive pricing software, follow this concrete sequence. Step 1. Always browse incognito so your clicks aren't weaponized against you. Step 2. Use a specialized travel agent. And Step 3. Monitor for price drops 45 to 60 days out. That's when the real fleet-wide discounts hit, mostly because the algorithms take a backseat to just getting the ship filled.
To put this into perspective, our source highlights a 71-year-old from Denver. She books directly through the cruise line, assuming she snagged the best deal, while her friend booked the exact same cabin class on the exact same sailing, but through a travel agent. The difference? Her friend received $300 in onboard credit and a $700 beverage package. That is a literal $1,000 difference in value. Good agents get a 10 to 16% commission from the cruise lines, and the best ones pass a big portion of that right back to you in perks.
Moving on to Section 2. Embarkation and cabin hacks.
The absolute second you step foot on that gangway, the cash extraction tactics kick in. First up, you'll likely face the immediate photo ambush. You know, a big smile, a tropical backdrop, a quick flash. 3 days later, those photos appear on a digital screen outside the dining room, priced at up to $40 a pop. One senior from Tucson found nearly $200 worth of photos she never even asked for. The insider move here? Just keep walking and politely say, "No thank you." Then there's the priority boarding trap. Cruise lines sell early access, which creates what the source calls a VIP bottleneck. It's like everyone bought the fast pass, so everybody shows up at the exact same time, creating massive lines. The data shows a couple who paid $80 for priority boarding waited 55 minutes. Meanwhile, regular passengers who just showed up mid-window walked on for free in 12 minutes. Save your money and just arrive about 90 minutes after boarding opens.
Here is a totally fascinating question. When you get that email congratulating you on a free room upgrade, do you think it's a reward? The source reveals that cruise lines often reclassify rooms mid-season. So that standard room you booked might suddenly be relabeled as a deluxe upgrade. But your new location? It could be directly under a noisy pool deck, right next to a nightclub, or beside a service corridor where luggage carts are rolling by at 5 in the morning. Absolutely, always check the deck plan before you accept an upgrade.
Section 3. Hidden onboard money traps.
While you're relaxing during the sailing phase, there is an incredible level of invisible tracking happening all around you. Connect to the ship's Wi-Fi to check out jewelry or spa prices. That data is logged to build a spending profile on you, resulting in targeted promotional flyers suddenly slipping under your door. Head to the casino? Your wins and losses are meticulously tracked by your loyalty ID to calculate exactly how much free play it takes to keep you engaged and losing money. And then we have the automatic gratuity stack. Most passengers know about that $16 to $20 automatic daily gratuity added to their bill. But when you buy a cocktail or an upgraded dining item, a silent 18% gratuity is often added on top of that specific transaction. You're basically paying gratuity twice. For a couple on a 7-night cruise, this double billing can quietly drain an extra $80 to $120. Always review those itemized receipts.
Now, this next story perfectly captures these automated traps. A 70-year-old passenger from Phoenix was charged $14 by her cabin's sensor-equipped minibar, simply because she moved 2 water bottles out of the way to safely store her insulin. These minibars are basically rigged like laser security systems in a museum. The system doesn't care if you actually drank the water. If that sensor triggers, you are charged. The actionable counter strategy here? Immediately ask your cabin steward on day 1 to completely empty the fridge for your medical supplies.
Section 4. Health and safety risks.
We need to elevate the stakes significantly here. I mean, it's one thing to lose $14 to a minibar. It is quite another to face the critical medical and safety gaps reported in the source data. When you're out at sea, you are a captive audience, and the medical pricing absolutely reflects that. If you forget basic over-the-counter medication, prepare for staggering markups of up to 800%. A 73-year-old passenger from Seattle had a mild allergic reaction and had to pay $45 for just 4 Benadryl tablets at the ship's medical center. I highly urge you to pack a simple $15 medicine kit from home. Pain relievers, antacids, Band-Aids. It's the absolute easiest way to avoid these predatory onboard pharmacy charges.
So the crucial point is this. What happens in a true emergency? If you require helicopter evacuation to a mainland hospital, the cruise line does not cover it. The average cost of that evacuation is between $30,000 and $100,000. The source data points to a senior whose evacuation bill came to $68,000, but his standard travel insurance capped out at just $15,000. That leaves a massive financial gap that can absolutely wipe out a lifetime of retirement savings. To protect yourself, you need dedicated medical evacuation insurance, not just a standard travel policy. And this brings us to the magic phrase. When you're shopping for coverage before you set sail, you must explicitly ask your provider this exact question. Does this policy cover maritime medical evacuation with no sublimits? For anyone over 60, securing this is an absolute non-negotiable tool for total peace of mind.
And finally, Section 5. Post-cruise ghost charges.
You've packed your bags, you've left the ship, and you're heading home. But the industry's monetization systems? Oh, they are still running. This is the disembarkation ghost charge phenomenon. Onboard accounting systems often stay open for hours or even days after you disembark. During that window, things like minibar restocks, towel fees, or disputed bar tabs just process automatically behind the scenes. A 71-year-old from Jacksonville opened her bank statement a week later to find $87 in unauthorized charges that simply weren't there when she walked off the gangway.
So here is your definitive, foolproof defense against these ghost charges. Step 1. On your final night, visit guest services before those massive lines form and request a printed, itemized statement. Step 2. Dispute any suspicious items right then and there while you are face-to-face with staff. And Step 3. Close your account out completely before midnight. You've got to take control and finalize your tab before the automated system has a chance to reopen it behind your back.
Before we wrap, we have to talk about what the source calls the biggest secret in cruising. If the price of your cabin drops after you book, yes, even after your final payment, many cruise lines will actually refund you the difference or give you onboard credit. But here's the catch. They will never, ever notify you. A 68-year-old from San Antonio tracked her fare, noticed a drop, called the cruise line, and reclaimed $480. Track your fares weekly, and if it drops, call them up and request that fare adjustment for sure.
We have covered incredible ground in this explainer today, from booking illusions right through to those sneaky ghost charges. And it leaves us with a truly provocative question to ponder. Is the convenience of an all-inclusive cruise actually worth the vigilance required to navigate its hidden systems? Now that you're armed with this insider knowledge and these structural defenses, you have the power to take back control of your vacation. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep learning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.